Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffany and I like to record. I don't know how to rap. Clearly you can see that. I'm gonna stop now. Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna act like that didn't happen, okay? We're gonna go ahead and move on to our regular scheduled programming. I'm gonna do my makeup how I wanted to do it back in high school, but I wasn't allowed to. Now I'm a 90s baby, okay? So with that in mind, I'm gonna do my makeup how I would have done it back then. That means no contouring, no bronzing, no highlight, no falsies. Like, there were falsies back then, but like hardly anybody I knew wore them because it was just like a hassle and nobody really liked it. No brows. At least not how I do them now with a brow pencil. So that's about it. I'm not even gonna do concealer because back then I didn't do concealer. I used to just do foundation that was either way too light for me or way too dark because back then we didn't have the shade range that we do now. And even now, you know, certain brands like to act like certain shades don't exist. So I used to just do foundation, blush, eyeshadow, and mascara. That's about it. And then a lip gloss, of course, because that was like the thing back then. If I was bold and I could like sneak it out, my parents would have noticed, I would do a lipstick, but that was few and far in between. So we're gonna get straight into it, starting with foundation. I'm gonna go in with my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Foundation. Now the makeup that I'm gonna be recreating is kind of like a, back then it was called Goth. I don't know what it's called now. It's kind of like e-girl thing. Because back then, like, I really wanted to be creative with my makeup, but like my parents didn't really allow it. And when I say allow, like my mom bought me makeup all the time. Like she used to buy me the little elf eyeshadow palettes and eyeshadow brushes and like Victoria's Secret palettes, but like whenever I would try to wear the makeup, whenever I would try to do a look with it, it was always like,
you're not gonna walk out the house looking like that. You're not gonna walk out the house looking crazy.
And I remember the one color I was never ever allowed to wear was red. I could wear red clothing, but I wasn't allowed to wear like red fingernail polish, red eyeshadow, red lip, nothing red for whatever reason. To this day, my parents swear, like, we never said you couldn't wear red. Okay, they definitely did for whatever reason. I think because like back then, like the news was scaring parents by saying like kids were wearing certain fingernail polish colors to signal certain activities that teenagers like to get into when they're exploring themselves. And plus my parents also read way too much in everything I did and wore and said, so yeah, I didn't wear a lot of makeup. Whenever I did, it was like few and far between. As far as the look I'm gonna do today, I don't know why, but I was always very drawn to like the goth slash scene aesthetic, because back then there were two different things and both groups would get really mad if you confused the two or if you like tried to say they were the same thing. They had similar styles. The only thing is that the scene kids, you know, had a bit more color, you know. But I was always drawn to like the goth look, especially with their eyeliner and the dark eyeshadow, the black eyeshadow that they would use for every makeup look. I was just obsessed with it and I always wanted to do it, but I knew that if I did that, my parents would like think something was wrong with me. And I just didn't want to bring that on, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want no problems. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. I'm looking like a flat sheet of paper. Alright, I'm gonna go in with my blush next. I'm gonna go in with my ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade She's in Bold. I used to go ham with blush. I don't know why. I thought I was doing something. So for the brows, back then it was super cool to have those super thin upside down U brows, and I remember like I snuck some tweezers from my mom and I went to the bathroom because I was trying to do the style, and my mom caught me. Like I had plucked like 3 brows and she caught me and she was like, Tiffany, no, you're not tweezing your brows, and she took them away from me and I was so mad. I was pissed. I was like,
I want to be like the other kids.
Fast forward to now, you know, the natural full brow is in, and several of my friends from back in the day are struggling. They have to draw in their brows. I'm just like, you know, my mom saved me a lot of grief because now I don't have to do that. Pretty much all I gotta do is fill them bad boys in and I'm good to go. Back then, I was angry. But as an adult, I thank her for stopping me from tweezing my brows into oblivion. But one thing I did do was fill them in with a brown eyeliner just to give them more of a shape back then. Alright, I'm gonna go in with my Julian's Place Nubian palette. I'm gonna go in with this brown shade right here. Like, it wouldn't be anything too crazy. It would literally just be like, just filling it in. Oh, that's a little too light, but whatever. And that was it. And then at least in my school, I don't know if anybody else was doing this. I remember kids used to go in with their mascara on their brows. Alright, now for the eyes. I'm not gonna prime my eyelids because back then there wasn't no priming. It was sticky eyeshadow on and hope for the best. I'm gonna go in with my ColourPop Smoke Show palette because it has all of these dark shades. As I say that, it's mostly like lighter shades, but you know what I mean. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have got, y'all know those little freaking, makeup spoolies, the makeup sponges? They used to come in, like, the eyeshadow palettes. Some palettes still have them. I should have got a pack of those. Because I hated using them, but that's all, like, I knew back in the day. Damn. Screw it. I'll do the next best thing and use my finger, which is what I used a lot back then. I'm gonna go into the shade Let's Do It and just smear that all over my eyes. Ooh, this is it's really pigmented. Palettes were not this pigmented back in the day. Like, you'd have to work really hard to get a color to show up. Look at this. If nothing else, you know that this palette is super pigmented. ColourPop should sponsor me. How am I gonna fix this? How am I? Okay, this is working. This is working. Okay, we have taken control back. Honestly, it's not that bad.
Are you sure about that?
So for the next part, back then there were liquid liners, but people always preferred to use cream or gel liners. Alright, so I'm gonna go in with my ColourPop gel liner in the shade Swerve. So back then the look was like raccoon. I'm gonna try to do a dramatic wing. Literally, it is all I ever wanted to do. Besides the goth aesthetic, I really wanted to do a super dramatic wing line. Okay, I need to stop talking. I need to concentrate. Oh my god, it's already trash. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let me see if I can try to extend it a little bit. Yeah, baby. Okay, let me do that line. Please just be even. Please just be even. And it's not. Now, back then, we also went into the under eye and did the same thing. And this is where it got super raccoonish. And it wouldn't just be that. You'd have to make it really, really thick. This is all I ever wanted in middle and high school. My parents would always stop me and say no. Well, I'm grown now. They can't stop me. Alright, so I'm gonna go in and darken that black with a freaking brush this time to really get the look that I wanted. I don't know, I've always been drawn to like the different and unique, you know what I mean? Like people who aren't afraid to go outside of societal standards and do their own thing despite what anybody says. I always looked at like the goth and the scene kids as like, you guys are so brave. You guys are so brave and you guys are so different. Meanwhile, they're kids just like me, just exploring their style. I'm gonna go in with my Essence/Princess mascara solely just to do it. I'm not gonna curl them or anything. I'm just gonna coat them. Could you imagine me in middle and high school rocking this? Like, I already look mean as it is. I'm sure you guys don't think so because I'm always happy when I'm recording, but my resting bitch face is like. So for the lips, because I was never ever allowed to wear red lipstick, I'm gonna wear it now. So for the red lipstick, it's gonna be this ColourPop lipstick in the shade Gallop. Alright, this is it. This is the makeup I wanted to do in high school. I may come in closer so you can get a closer look. Don't look too closely at the eyeliner or the eyeshadow. Just focus on the big picture, okay? What do y'all think? I'm thinking it came out pretty nice. Back then, this would have been, like, nowadays, if I walk out the house looking like this, people can be like, are you okay? Your eyeliner's not crisp. Your eyeshadow's patchy. You look dusty. I would get clowned. Back then, this was a passable look, okay? I don't know why I'm acting like I'm super old. I'm in my 20s. But this was so much fun. I don't know why, like, just being able to do a look with no like restrictions or worries about it coming out okay, like I don't know, this was just so carefree. Alright, now I'm just like dragging this on and talking too much. Thank you guys for stopping by and thank you guys for watching. Thank you for rocking with me. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Why am I like this?